Hey guys, Logan Richardson, Season 7, Episode 1 of Bones. Here we go. A new season of Bones. What is happening? Oh, it's paintball.
I'm not gonna let my men get slaughtered. Cover me!
Oh!
Are you okay, bro?
Ew!
Oh, here it is. Right.
The implication being that I've grown bigger.
No, it's not that you've grown bigger. It's that you look great, by the way.
What you see is the manifestation of your own virility, which fills you with a sense of pride.
This is so weird. They just jumped to it.
You look great.
Which, I mean, I'm okay with because we've gotten a lot of the... we don't really need build-up, you know? In a way.
I thought you said you'd never move in with someone again unless you're married.
Are you asking me to marry you?
What? Me? No. You're the one who believes in marriage. I'm not going to bring it up.
Wow, you just did. You are gonna ask me to marry you. I don't know when, but when it does, the three of us should have a nice place. Gonna murder.
But that's my toast. For centuries, pregnant women have been carrying bales of hay, jugs of water on their head, and then squatting in the fields to have their children.
But there's not going to be any squatting in the fields.
Squatting is a great position to give birth.
Oh man, this is going to give paintball a bad name.
Judging by the pelvis, the victim is female.
Yeah, well, the females were pregnant. They needed the protein.
I can relate to that.
They laid eggs, which are now in the pupa stage.
Everything okay, Bones?
Experiencing emotional inconsistencies due to hormones secreted.
I might lose my mind with another season of someone being pregnant.
You know, maybe the dead bodies are finally getting to you.
Of course not.
I got a picture of this one. It means that, you know, you're normal.
I'm not normal. I'm extraordinary. This is definitely murder.
I like that one a bit, of Angela. She's
Oily residue on her clothes.
You'll be careful not to damage the skull fractures, right?
Are you questioning my competence, Mr. Bray? You're more intimidated by Dr. Brennan, even though I run this lab.
No, when you take Dr. Brennan and I'm pregnant. No, you are the tops in your field. I'm much more intimidated by you.
Let's see.
Whatever was jammed up there went to the top of the skull.
Oh, wow, that's long.
These 3 little pounds.
Oh, God!
Come to Papa, my little friends. See,
It looks like something metal with a jagged edge.
well, maybe you
Got
could help us.
long knife.
Couldn't you?
Really? They're beetles, not puppies, Dr. Hodgins.
Just tell her to cool her jets, because I am not rushing you no matter what.
I'm done, Mr. Bray.
Did any of the participants have a criminal record?
The worst we have is a drunken disorderly outside of a frat house. Some guy who served 2 days for not paying his child support.
Under normal circumstances, Dr. Brennan would be confined to a desk about now.
We all know that Bones is not normal. I mean, normal's not a thing.
No.
All I need from you is the shrinky stuff.
So there's no extra stress between you and Dr. Brennan because of the pregnancy?
No. We're not going to talk about that.
Why not? It's tricky stuff.
We're fine. We're fine.
All right, okay. I'm not trying to be pushy here, but it must be very difficult that you and Dr. Brennan haven't agreed on a living arrangement yet.
Okay, you know what? I've been shot at. I've been stalked. I've been kidnapped. Okay, I'll be able to find a place for us to live.
Is it true that you were crying at the crime scene?
Only as a result of increased hormonal output.
Still, I mean, you crying. Would have loved to have seen that.
Why?
Sort of like an eclipse. It doesn't happen that often.
Well, Booth took a picture of me, but since I have a picture of him cooking an omelet naked, he agreed never to show it to anyone.
Smart move.
I'm sorry, naked? Wow. Okay, listen, I am your best friend. I think I should take a peek at that.
Based on the remodeling, these fractures occurred about 6 months ago.
Blunt force trauma to the frontal bone.
Is it the full figure?
No, the injuries seem to only extend to here.
I'm talking about the omelet shot.
Weren't you gonna use those pictures to do a facial reconstruction?
Killjoy.
I also found past brain damage that could have compromised cognitive functioning.
Wendell said they found remodeled fractures from about 6 months ago on the skull.
Ah.
That would fit.
Beaten about 6 months ago, murdered last week. Oof. Bad luck.
Look at this.
Oh my god.
I'm with Booth on this one. Are you mad at me?
Just more and more baby talk.
I'm actually feeling very affectionate toward you. But of course that could just be the hormones.
Both filed by her husband.
Bowen says she was pretty battered up 6 months ago.
Could it?
That's why she disappeared,
Husband?
right?
Husband's the abuser?
I just got it back.
Just got her back.
I'm the pastor of the First Church of Christ at Logan Circle. Thank you.
At my circle?
So this is the second time she went missing, Mr. Serrano.
Yes. The first
Have
time
his
was in
DNA now.
February. She just left one day, and about 6
Never
months ago,
touch
she
water
turned up in our neighborhood.
or anything that they give you if you're guilty.
Claire couldn't remember anything.
Or if you don't
Doctor
want them
said
to have
she
your-
must have-
She
You mean tell me that she
seems.
can't remember that either.
No, it happens, Agent Booth. Her amnesia caused her to establish a new identity. It's called
Oh,
fugue
okay,
state. It's
yeah.
a survival
Yeah,
technique that
yeah.
can disappear as quickly as it appears.
It was going to be like it was. That was the Lord's work. And somehow, I have to believe that this was the Lord's work too.
Okay.
The Bible features a vengeful God who capriciously slaughters the creatures he creates. Tweets would characterize him as a sociopath.
Wait, God is not a sociopath.
Well, let's just say I don't want him babysitting our child. You're right. We should move in together.
Really?
Yes, Angela agrees that it's best for the baby and we share a place.
This is great.
So you can move into my apartment permanently.
No. We need our place.
But
Like,
in
both
your
of you get
society,
rid of
women
it,
always
and
move
then-
in with women.
That's your reasoning.
I did a very well-respected paper on the Iroquois. Women controlled society, owned all the property.
But we're not the Iroquois.
I'm more financially secure than you. Objectively, I'm more rational. This should be...
I don't even
my
think your
decision.
apartment is a good spot for 3.
You know, we're family. Even you should know what that means, Bones.
You're angry.
Yeah, I'm angry.
You just said it's your decision.
Claire Serrano was being treated by Dr. David Yazrick, a neuropsychologist specializing in memory problems from amnesia, PTSD, drug addiction. He's waiting to talk to us
I'm
now.
waiting for him to. Yep, honestly.
But what?
Let's go talk to the doctor.
I'll look at the remains again.
She's learning.
Her clothes are made of polyethylene terephthalate.
Can't you just say polyester?
I did. Anyway, these fibers are upland cotton.
Wasn't he the guy who got bounced from Vegas for counting cars?
Yes, yeah. He said it was research for his techniques, though. A lot of people think that it was just publicity because his work is so controversial.
I heard about him. I heard about him while I was gambling. No. Your voice just gets all sensitive. It's irritating.
Okay, something's clearly going on between you and Dr. Brennan.
We haven't murdered yourself.
So I read your paper.
Some faint memory drew her back to D.C.
But even after returning to D.C., you said that Claire's still suffering from amnesia?
When I started treating her, she had no distinct memories of her past.
Must have made it tense. Was Claire afraid of anyone? Did she think that someone was going to hurt her?
No?
Huh. That was weird.
Well,
No?
we have these group sessions once a week. He had become very, very attached to Claire, but he has no history of violence.
Attached how?
Well, after a trauma like that, some patients transfer their feelings
Feelings
to
to
someone else.
someone
It's sort of,
Sounds like a stalker to me.
It's possible.
I just like some time alone.
You okay? I can't imagine having my entire life erased like that.
Perhaps it was a good thing. she had the opportunity to start fresh,
Oh.
create a better life.
Yeah. I mean, things are kind of confusing, though.
Discoloration is from soil that entered the wound.
So it happened when she was killed?
The particulates in the crevice might be able to help us determine the murderer.
Voila. Voila. It was a violin.
Violin guy. He's the
The aphasia prevents him from being able to speak unless he plays his violin.
It makes you want to wear a helmet all the time, huh?
He'd like to talk to you about Claire.
Claire.
She belonged with me. We both knew it.
Okay.
Claire was afraid of her husband. We belonged together. But if she changed, what would happen to me?
He's just upset. It's natural.
That
If he needed her and felt that she was...
he's playing a sad song as he's.
Think about that.
I'm not laughing at his pain. I'm laughing at the comedy of it. It's a comedy show. That was intentional.
Look who came to see Daddy the mad scientist.
Hi, buddy. Oh, we're gonna get so in trouble if Cam finds out.
I figured that we'd be terrible parents if we didn't break the rules.
So true.
See Daddy's spiders? There. Is that Michael?
What is this?
That is
Why,
a
it's
child.
A very small bipedal primate from the Hominidae family.
We both know the rules.
Yeah, we do, but he doesn't. And he was crying for his dad, so...
Right. So I got the results back on the linseed oil. Our fibers came from a heavy canvas used in handbags and luggage, and linseed oil is used to waterproof the canvas.
So someone dug up a bag before burying it?
Looks that way.
That's.
I'll let Luke know.
Your daughter visits.
She's 18. She's not going to spit up on the mass spectrometer. Tell him to stop looking at me like that.
He's saying,
Would
but
you tell him to stop?
please.
Well, he likes you.
Well, don't let the smile fool you. I am still very upset.
Perhaps I didn't express myself well.
No, you were clear. You were very clear. But you were wrong. I also did some research on the internet and I found about 20 tribes which say you would have to move in with me, and one where I actually get to shoot you in the leg with an arrow.
Your point is that we aren't part of the Iroquois, and so my example isn't relevant.
Both of your examples are
I
not
concede your
relevant.
point.
I love you. Kid, it's not rational. Us having a kid, that's not rational. But here we are. Ooh. It wasn't the violin guy. I gotta get back to the office.
What happened?
I love you too, Ruth.
Damn. Things have progressed so fast.
Juan saying that Claire was afraid of her husband.
Oh, well, that could be a projection because Quan wanted her for himself.
Yeah, or it could be true,
Bones.
yeah.
Domestic disturbance reports against her husband.
Two of them. Claire accused him of assault.
It certainly looks like a beating.
Exactly why I'm gonna talk to the pastor again.
Pastor. What are you
Done something
doing?
Wound healed. It happened about 4 months ago during the time she was missing.
Could that have to do with
It's
her?
remodeled.
Exactly. That's why we didn't see it. I
Forgetting?
re-x-rayed the area.
A
Or
piece
not.
of bullet's still in there.
The police say that she was there both times they came.
It was
Yes,
God's
she's a
God's
friend of
decision.
Claire's from the church. She's like part of our family. The Lord guides my life, Agent Booth. I stand before him with a clear conscience.
Dude. God.
So, any gun store that's in the ACS NIBIN database, did you and Booth decide to move in together?
He won't live at my place.
Everyone's having baby talk, and I'm over here trying to think about the case.
We have a match.
Well, it turns out that Claire was shot during a robbery 5 months ago.
Ooh.
Who shot her?
The bullet that hit Claire matched the homeowner's gun.
So Claire robbed somebody's house.
Das ist ein Glockfeldspatzen. It's a field spade used for digging trenches and for gardening.
What's that at the end of the handle?
A 175 millimeter saw blade. Just the size for jamming through the roof of someone's
That has gotta be it. I was sitting here looking like,
Break-in where she
that's
got
not the
shot.
murder weapon, and then I looked at the other end, and I was like, oh, okay.
They set me up in this halfway house.
So you haven't seen Claire since break-in?
Claire?
Ooh, that wasn't her name.
bitch.
Right, there was a canvas bag that was buried there. Is that where you put all your stash that you got from your break-in?
I'm not saying anything.
Of course, we never found the bag, so
Bastard.
it's against you. But then
saying
again, if you don't
anything.
cooperate, any prosecutor is gonna think that you killed her.
I don't think you killed her, but he's not wrong.
There's almost 80 grand in there. She must have brought someone along to help her dig it up. You always knew there's something off.
I feel like it could be
There's a right getting
the
killed.
pastor, man.
Wish I'd done it myself.
Or it's the guy
Creating a
that's
simplified
helped
timeline
us here
will
and
help us
there.
construct a coherent narrative. The duck sauce is where Claire suffers her initial injury.
Yes.
I don't know what the injury is.
Doesn't matter. For our purposes, it's
Doesn't
duck
matter.
sauce. That's
Okay.
where Claire gets amnesia, loses contact with her husband and her past life.
Forgets everything.
Ending with the lettuce cups, where
Which
she
is
gets
the-
shot. Now, when
okay,
Ricky is
never mind.
arrested, she starts to have flashes of her previous life.
Yes.
And winds up wandering around the fried rice, which is DC, murdered and buried at the orange slices.
I think she recovered her memory, and then whoever she
Well, I
recovered
could
her
add in
memory and
covered
told
memories,
about this.
in chronological order if you're finished with the lo mein.
Could have killed her.
Who?
It's me. I have a favor to ask you.
Anything. Listen, first, I don't think I've been very fair.
Why did she fall?
What? Where? Yeah.
Oh god.
Boss,
I fell.
you sure you're okay?
Yeah, positive.
One shot.
Not funny.
Right, okay, well, it's a little funny, you have to admit. Why didn't you just call the security guard?
Yeah, I didn't think of that. I just thought of you.
Right, okay, you okay? I'm sorry about before, I'm pushing you.
Actually, you were pulling me, and it worked very well.
No, I meant about finding a place to live.
Oh.
I want our kid to know that I'm not my dad. I just want him to know that I was a good dad who gave him a real home. Our home.
Why didn't you just say that?
Just didn't think you'd understand.
I don't. I know you're not your father. We should get our own place together.
Really?
We
Yes.
finally came to that.
Lying here, I've had some time to think. Longer than I expected. You must have run into traffic. Anyway, I realize that this is just one of many unforeseen situations that I might find myself in now that we're starting a family. And since I can always depend on you to assist when needed, whether practically, emotionally, or sexually, being in close proximity would facilitate that. And if the only way for that to occur is by finding another dwelling, I'm willing to do that. Even though it's a foolish investment in this market.
Well, I was hoping for something a little bit more romantic, but I'll take what I can get. Just one more thing then.
Of course.
Wow.
Booth, look at the grave.
That was our moment right there?
We haven't looked in the paintball splatters.
What?
Well, those were there after the murder.
They could be covering up evidence. I would have seen this before if I wasn't awash in hormones.
I didn't really think about that.
It's common for patients to have no memory of their fugue state.
Right, but is it common for a doctor not to ask any questions about it?
Well, he must have. There's no way.
See? Oh my god.
Oh my god, you're right.
He's one of my suspects.
Code for gambling. When I used to gamble, right, I had codes. I understand this language. 5-card stud, $1,000 buy-in. Texas Hold'em, $2,500. Blackjack, $1,500.
These are all on Claire's Friday appointments. He had a game every Friday.
He wasn't counting cards for publicity. Yazarick had a gambling problem just like me.
It wasn't bone in there. It was part of an acorn.
Dr. Hodgins. Then you haven't found anything in the paint?
Yeah, I mean, leaves, insects, some hair, which turned out to be from a squirrel.
Booth keeps calling. He needs evidence.
I didn't want to break it open in case it would destroy evidence.
What about 6F3?
Well, it's like tree sap or resin.
Looks like chewing gum.
Okay.
No way.
We don't need DNA, do we, Mr. Bray?
Of course not.
The guy
I've seen that, I'm sorry.
I know who it is. It's him.
There's a clear impression of the tooth in the gum. That's as good as a fingerprint.
Or the guy who always...
Be able to
He
extract
literally
the
had a
gum
conversation
without
about how
help.
he is chewing gum all the time.
She's having that baby so the next generation will have someone to make them feel dumb.
Seriously.
That's so true.
Claire was my patient.
She remembered where the money was buried and you needed it.
That's ridiculous.
You were gambling and your bank account went dry. I've been there. Maybe people were threatening you.
Doesn't mean that I killed her.
You're chewing gum. It's a match. She entrusted her life to you. And you betrayed her.
I got him. And that is why I take notes! And that's why I listen.
Go! Bubble! Jet! Touch! Down! Go be red, huh?
That was very loud, Booth.
Sports is supposed to be loud.
But when we find the house, I don't want a TV in our bedroom. Research shows that it can compromise your sex life.
We'll get a big one for the family room. How's that? Right?
What?
So this one has a nice family room.
Enough room for a swing set and, and a treehouse. Always wanted a treehouse.
Me too.
Right?
I thought it would make it great loud.
We can have whatever life we want. You know that, right? Oh, you gotta rub the belly, rub the belly, rub the belly, kiss the belly. I'm a little baby in the belly.
It's just a little over 3 million.
What? Oh, wait a second, huh?
I just got a big advance for my next book.
No. 50-50. Straight down the line.
Then we're gonna have to inflate the pool.
Makes for some great memories, right?
Wouldn't I get horses though?
You can have a pool and not be. I have a pool. My house wasn't
That's what you like about
$1
me.
million.
Well, it's a fact that males usually prefer women they have to hunt for.
Where you're coming from over here.
Oh my god. That's great. Continuing on with Bones. Good old Bones. You know what's annoying? I have, speaking of houses, this is just kind of, it's kind of pointless information, but it kind of ties in. Like, I have someone coming to work on my house, for the kitchen, because I'm getting, like, a new kitchen, like a new kind of look, and they gave me a 4-hour window for when they're supposed to be here, which is at the current time right now. So we're about an hour into the 4-hour window. Why? Why give me such a broad time? I'm gonna be sitting here, like, making a video. Someone's gonna pull up. I'm here. I'm like, bruh, why don't you just tell me more specific time? I don't understand that. 4-hour window. I get like an hour and a half window. 4-hour window? Just why? Like the video, comment down below, subscribe if you have not already. See y'all next time.